Hello, chat. Deltarune comes out in under 45 minutes. And here we are. This is the first time you're seeing me today. You have not seen me at any other time today because I did not accidentally start my stream 2 hours early instead of 1 hour early. So since this is the first time you're seeing me today, let's talk about what we're going to do. Number one, this is a pre-stream. We're going to be discussing theories and speculation and everything that we currently know about Chapter 5, and then we're going to go into Chapter 5 and see how right we were, because I guarantee you, I am a master of video games and I'm a master of brain thinking, so I'm gonna get everything about this chapter right. Like, this is the one where they get hit by the truck, all of it. Right? I'm gonna be right about everything. And I want to say, for those of you that were not here when I mentioned it earlier, we're going to be doing episodes of this in segments, and what I mean by that is that at certain points of the stream, like every hour or maybe every hour and a half, I'll be just stopping real quick, doing a stupid YouTuber voice to be like, well, thanks for checking it out, you know, we'll see you on the next episode, something stupid like that, which is the way that we did it for Chapter 3 and 4. We're just doing it in segments. So that's a thing. I apologize for stream viewers that you'll have to deal with that. But I'll do it at a point where it's like natural, where it's like there's a cliffhanger or something, or something like that. There's moments where, you know, it can be done naturally. Also, we don't know how long this chapter is, like, in terms of gameplay, so there is quite possibly a chance that we're not going to be able to finish it all today, and that we're going to have to cancel Voices of the Void on Friday, and it'll instead be more of Deltarune, which I'm more than happy with. I love Deltarune. I could play it, you know, every day of my life. But I'm just making you aware that is possibly a thing that will happen. So Voice of the Void Friday, maybe not. Maybe more Deltarune. We'll see. Not sure how long this chapter is. And I do have, you know, things and stuff to do, so I will have to, at some point, you know, stop. But we'll see if we can finish it today or not. But, all that out of the way, it's time for what you're here for. Well, not what you're here for, because you're here for Deltarune. But I don't have Deltarune yet. Toby, I asked him, hey, bro. Hey, Toby, listen. You mind just give me a quick handout? Can I just borrow that game of yours? Can I just have it, you know, for a day? You know, like, give me it a day early. Give me your game an hour early. Can I have it an hour? He said no. He wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me. So, first of all, Deltarune Chapter 5, we should watch the trailer again. And this is a thing that I should have set up, but I forgot to, because I'm bad at this whole streaming thing. We should definitely watch the trailer again, and we're going to do that right now. Trailer. So, I did there's a video on my channel currently, if you haven't seen it, but I analyzed this whole trailer. We're going to analyze it again, but at a much quicker rate. Let's just go through it here. Let me raise my volume a tad. I was not expecting Deltarune when I saw this. I thought it was going to be like a Pikmin thing, and then the Toby Fox dog pops out of the ground, and I was like, oh shit, we got a direct where something is actually happening, because that was a shitty direct. New adventures are blooming. We have these guys. They're like the Rudens from Chapter 1, but they're flowers, which is interesting. Flauruden, or I think that's their official name, I don't know. We have Trashy from Chapter 2. You should have known since Undertale was on sale on Steam before the trailer. I should have known since Undertale was on sale on Steam. Flower Den, I believe they're called. That's what I thought, yeah. That's what I thought. We have Trashy from Chapter 2. We have Newbert, everyone's favorite guy. We love Newbert, and he's in Super Saiyan form, but you can't tell because Mario's fucking fat head is in the way. And then we have this pink ball dude. Undertale goes on sale before every chapter reveal. Does it really? Is that like a thing that I gotta keep track of that then? Because I gotta wish list Undertale. And then if I get an email saying Undertale's on sale, I'm just gonna lock into whatever Nintendo Direct thing or whatever that's happening. So yeah, this is a cool fight. I think this is not in the Dark World. This fight. This is gonna be in Castletown. This fight, and which that's not really much of a theory. There's really nothing worth being there. But this is to me, this is a Castletown fight. This is not a Dark World fight. Now we're going through. I like you too, Susie. Ooh, ooh. I can't wait. I can't wait to do my gay Rouse voice again. Everybody's favorite #1 rated salesman. Cunt. Shut up, Rouse, cunt. Banika hates Rouse. And that's fair, honestly, because there's a lot of reasons to be suspicious of Rouse. I have a soft spot for the dumb little goat creature, but also at the same time, I can't trust him. I can't at all. There's my man. That's Tenna. If you don't know, Tenna is, me and him are best friends personally. He knows me, and I know him. That's my best friend, Tenna. This is clearly a Dark World fight. This is interesting. It's like a little pottery night. It almost, this is... I'm probably talking on my ass here, but it like gives me Shovel Knight vibes. But it's like a little pottery night guy, or like this looks. You know what this looks like? This looks like a Mega Man boss. This looks like a Mega Man boss. Like, I'm Flower Man. I'm talking out of my ass here, but this is interesting. You're gonna have to water this guy's pots and help a tree grow out of his face. And it's interesting too that we see what is presumably a body of water in this green square thing here, and water is important to Deltarune. Not just important because I need it in order to do these voices, but important to lore. This. I didn't talk very much about this in my speculation video. I did touch on it a bit, but I didn't look into it. So in the Gerson boss fight, they mention something about like only Susie can rewrite hope with like the white pen or something along those lines. I didn't remember that. I had no memory of that. Because I didn't really do the Gerson boss fight. That's the thing he says. He's like, and you will be able to rewrite hope with the something white pen, whatever, maybe. So people are saying that this white feather that they're following is possibly that pen thing. Whether in a literal sense, like this is literally a pen, I don't know. Because this seems to be a thing that they are literally following. Like it is going somewhere. Like this pen is going somewhere. So either someone is like. I think what this will be. I've heard that feather is definitely a red herring, though. Yes. I think it is supposed to evoke the like this is the pen, this is the white pen that you can rewrite hope with. But I think what it's gonna more so be is it's the white pen is so fucking metaphorical. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Like, because it doesn't seem like a literal like that. Although Gerson, he does talk about a lot of literal things. There's also like he speaks in riddles. He's a fucking bridge troll. That turtle. Um, so I don't think the white pen is literal. But I think that this is supposed to make you think that it is, and it's supposed to bait you. And what we're seeing here is that they're going to be following this white feather, this white pen, and they're going to be baited by possibly the Roaring Knight, possibly Friend, which we still don't know jack shit about Friend. That's a whole thing. I don't know what. I can talk about Deltarune theories with you for hours. I can tell you this is what my thoughts are on this. This is how I feel about this. This is how I feel about this. I don't know jack shit about Friend, and I've tried. I don't know what the hell that thing is. I don't know if it's Gaster's little pet kitty cat, and we're just like supposed to. I don't know his deal, but I think we're gonna see him in this chapter somehow. Um. So yeah, my thoughts are this is like you're being baited, whether it's by the knight or the main boss of this chapter, whatever it is. This is not a literal thing. This is something you're being baited by. And that's my thoughts on that. And this is the Flowey boss fight. This is straight up an attack from Omega Flowey. There's a fly in my bathroom. Hello, hi fly. Can you tell him I said hi? Tell the fly I said hi on stream. Hi. Hello. I'm naming that fly. I've decided to name that fly Bartholomew. That fly is now named Bartholomew. Choose to do with it what you wish, but that's its name. No? Oh, okay. Fair enough. This is an attack from the Omega Flowey boss fight, and guys, this is just whatever it is we're looking at right here. Which is that what you named the? Oh, because I said which. Yeah, please. Yeah, I know what I said. Don't. That's fair. Okay, that's fair. This is a secret boss, right? Whatever it is we're looking at right here, this is the secret boss, and the secret boss is not going to be Flowey, but it's going to be Flowey associated, Flowey adjacent. Flowey literally and physically does not exist in Deltarune, and they literally and physically cannot exist in Deltarune. But this is very reminiscent, not reminiscent. This is an Omega Flowey attack. This is an Omega Flowey attack. So this is going to be, and I've seen also people say there is nobody on the right, there is no enemy on the right to fight there. So the theory is that it's going to be the Soul fighting Chris, which is quite possible. And I do think that is possible, but also you have to consider this is whatever this is that we're looking at, this is the secret boss fight. So if they were to just show the secret boss, they couldn't do that. So if there is a secret boss and it would appear on the right here, they can't show it. They can't show it, but they're showing you this to be like, what the fuck? That's the fucking Flowey thing. They're showing you this to get you hyped and to freak you out. So they may have censored the enemy that's supposed to be here, but it's also very, very, very possible that it's the Soul fighting Chris here. It's very likely, in fact, but we won't know until we get there. They are going down a beanstalk here. They're running through a swamp. It's going to be a very heavily plant-based chapter. And I remember seeing all of the fan games and the fan videos. They always made it just a endless patch of yellow and pink flowers. Every single variation that I've seen, it's always just I guess a field of pink and gold, right? Because that's all we had to work off of. But I knew it wasn't going to be that. It wasn't going to be just that, because that's not how Toby operates, right? When Toby Fox gives you a TV that smiles, you can draw as many fan creations as you want of that character. Toby Fox is going to make that character a 3D modeled, physically rendered being that dances and has like a physical form, right? You're never going to be ahead of the fucking dog, the annoying dog, right? You're never gonna be ahead of him. You can try. You can try. You're never gonna guess it right. So even me now, just telling you what I think is gonna happen, I can try, but I'm gonna be caught off guard many, many, many times. And then something I did not point out in my video, because I didn't really think about it. I thought that what we're looking at right here, I thought this was just promotional art, just beautiful promotional art. Someone pointed out to me, Panenka, I think it was you that pointed it out to me, Dark Worlds don't have suns. The Dark Worlds, they don't have suns. So... yeah, so what we're looking at here is it's either a sun, and that's weird, and we're going to have to get into why that's weird, or B, that ain't a sun, that's a fucking boom goes the dynamite, nuclear bomb explosion, type shit, which is even more scary, because I thought that the roaring was going to be something that happens in like chapter 6, but this is evoking like roaring vibes. This is evoking like some serious apocalyptic vibes if it is. And like that would just be such a Toby Fox thing to do, by the way, because this is beautiful promotional art. This is you have no like outside knowledge of Deltarune or what it is. You look at this is beautiful promotional art. Like it's great. But then you think about like you're part of this and you think about, oh, wait. Dark Worlds, they be dark. They no have sun. What are they looking at? It has like that is just such a Toby Fox thing to do, to show you this beautiful, beautiful piece of promotional art by Temmie, the extremely talented Temmie. And then what we're actually looking at, and that we don't find out until the game is released, what we're actually looking at is like the scariest, saddest, most apocalyptic, fucked up thing in the game, right? Isn't that just a Toby Fox thing to do? So that's the trailer. That's the trailer. You can look at my recommended here. Deltarune today. I don't know who these other two people are here. This first one, Sungran Studios. I've been watching his videos. He has never played Deltarune, and he's a game designer, and he's going through it, and he's playing it for the first time, and he's talking about game development and like certain game development tools. And please go check this person out. They don't need my endorsement, but please go check this person out. Like they're great. I love it. I love their stuff. They're very chill, and they're very insightful on game development. Wasn't expecting to endorse someone today, but please go check that person out. Now we need to talk about the Spampton sweepstakes. So Deltarune has had this ongoing ARG, and the Deltarune, the Spampton sweepstakes, where there was this site that was created by Fangamer for this whole thing, and at some point on some page it asks a question, and if you put in your email and you put in a response, you would get an email back. The question, I can look this up here. I just want to make sure that I get it right. The question that it asked here. Please hold. Please hold. Deltarune fandom wiki, why do you suck? Why do you suck? Why do you suck? Deltarune fandom wiki, why do you suck? You suck. You're not saying the thing. They literally on this wiki, they do not have a single thing. They don't on this fucking fandom wiki. They don't say a single fucking thing about the big thing on the Spampton sweepstakes page. They don't say a thing. It's not there anywhere. Anyways, I don't remember the exact series of questions, but I believe it was like, it started off with, how long was it before she smiled? What are you staring at me for? I see it, Branka. I see it. But I'm going from the top, from all the way from the top. It was like, how long was it before she smiled? And then if you inputted a response and you put in an email, you'd get an email and it would give you a response. And then it was I don't remember what the one after that was. It was but regardless, the new one that came out the same time that the trailer came out, it was, where will it take place? Oh, it was like, how long before she smiled? Fucking. When will she smile? And then where will it take place? I think, I don't know. But where will it take place was the new one, and the whole thing is, we're thinking about, we think this is related to Noelle, and Noelle, how long has it been since Noelle smiled after Death's gone missing and whatever. And the new one was, where will it take place? And there were a lot of answers, and it's been narrowed down, because if you did not put in a answer that the email deemed correct, then you would be cut off, right? So there were only less than 1,300 people that got an answer that could still participate in this, and their answers have came back 24 hours before the game dropped. And we've got a lot of interesting ones to discuss here. I'll try and go through them very quickly because we do have 20 minutes. This one, you answered Ferris wheel, right? You want to see them together so badly. You want to see those red eyes dance. Even so, it's wrong. Everything about it is wrong. But what good is it for me to say? The heart does what it does, so don't worry, you'll make it. You always do, don't you? Noelle will ride with Chris. That's an interesting thought. I didn't think. Yeah, no, that's absolutely what's gonna happen in the weird route. Deltarune and Chris, Deltarune, yes, Deltarune. Noelle's name is now Deltarune. That's from Snowgrave. Yeah, no. Definitely in the weird route. Because I remember chapter 2, they're talking about, like, oh, if we went to the festival, like, who would you take with you? This is gonna be in the weird route, Snowgrave. It's gonna be Noelle you take with you, and you're gonna go on, probably on the Ferris wheel, maybe, but maybe not, because this speaker is saying that it may not happen. But yes, this is very clear. This one is very clearly talking about Chris and Noelle and their relationship in the Snowgrave, and more so specifically the player and Noelle and their relationship in Snowgrave. Because Chris is just trying to let their friend not die, and Chris really wants to help Noelle. I've never done any Snowgrave stuff. I've seen it all, but I've never done it, and I never will. That's not just because it's like, I think harder maybe in certain. But no, wait, I don't know. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. It's like Undertale Genocide. Like, I can do a Sans boss fight simulator if I want to. I wouldn't. I couldn't do a Genocide run, right? I don't want to do it. Crazy. I know. I know. I know. Hello? Oh. You answered the festival. This is, and I should mention too, so many of these responses are extremely unique, which is different from the ones before. It was mostly the same, like 5, 10, sometimes at most automated ones, but a lot of these are extremely very unique, and personalized. You answered the festival. That's what you want, isn't it? Candy apples. Sigelter. I didn't include that one in my slideshow here, but yeah, Sigelter. And then the response to it back was, did you mean shelter? And that was the whole response. You answered the festival. That's what you want, isn't it? Candy apples, square dancing. That's what all of this was for. Well, it was always going to be this way. The only people that walk this path are the ones who have their face so close to the road. They can't even see where they're going. But, well, if we're lucky, maybe there's a chance you'll still get lost along the way. Oh yeah, it was just Sigelter. I love Toby doing that because it's like there were only 1,300 people in the world that could have sent responses still and got responses back. 1,300. And someone put Sigelter. So I'm glad that he responded uniquely to that. So this is about the festival and about there was also Dield and instead of field and forest. This, yeah, clearly about Noelle and Chris. Well, more specifically about Snowgrave and probably about the Roaring, maybe. But this is indicating to me like, hey, what I get from this and what I've heard people get from this is, hey, if you're doing a normal route, you're gonna be okay. If you're doing a Snowgrave route, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. You're gonna have a bad time. Ba-da-da-up. That was not intentional, but ba-da-da-up. And maybe you'll get lost along the way. Lost where the forest would grow, the children followed the pointed tail. Oh, the poor children. Shit's gonna go down. Friend inside me. Bad stuff is gonna happen to these poor characters. Now, this is a response that you got if you answered anything at all related to the Dark World. I've included this one specifically, but if you answered anything related to the Dark World, you got, I have some bad news for you. No, you'll figure it out yourself. The Dark World is going to implode. It's going to implode, which I kind of already knew. The Dark World's going to get destroyed. It's going to get destroyed. But the question is, does that happen this chapter? It seems like it might, but we don't know. You answered at the graveyard. I get it. If you hit the grave, you might reveal a secret staircase, and then, gripping the edge of the coffin, maybe not. But at least you came up with something interesting. There were a lot of these that was like, but at least you came up with something interesting. To me, what I see from these is that there's nothing really to read from it. Because they all end with maybe not. So, like, nothing that is prior to it is before it is going to be relevant. It's going to say, like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Like, So yeah, that's what I get from that. But this one I included. It was interesting because it's a reference to the Zelda graveyard, and we know in Chapter 3 there was a lot of secrets of Zelda style secrets. That the sword route, right? The sword route, which is big thing. So that was why I included that, because that one it seemed interesting. This I want to really talk about. You answered with me. One word response. Gross. Which, God, like when I saw this one, it kind of gave me chills. Like legitimately, it legitimately gave me chills. Um, because the relationship between the player character, the player, and Noelle in Snowgrave, it's very there were a lot of answers that gave you that response too. Yeah, there was, but they were all of those answers were indicative of with me. Like there was with me, and there was like I think there was one that was like by my side or something, or like uh when we're together. It's variations of that. um and this one word response, gross, is like no, right? Because in Deltarune, you are taking over Chris's body. Chris does not have any control of their body. If you play the Snowgrave route all the way up to Chapter 4, it is very heavily implied that you will now be taking over Noelle's body. Because of the thorn ring and the soul and whatever, that you are now possessing their body as well. And that they are going to essentially be, just as Chris is, a slave to you. So that's, and the relationship with the player and Chris, even in base game, is very bad because, I don't know if I would like someone else to take control of my body and to move me around, and they just do whatever they feel like while I watch them do that. So yeah, it's an extremely gross, perverse relationship, right? Like, just it's very twisted and sickening. The relationship between the player and Chris, and the relationship especially between the player and Noelle, because this is saying like no, what it is that you are saying that you want, that's not right. And I agree. Um, but just to see it displayed like this, right? To have it's just to have that simple one word response that says like no. This is like it's kind of gave me chills, because it really tells you like no, like it's almost more effective than certain cutscenes could ever be, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm talking out of my asshole. Um, you answered hospital. Now this is another one of those that we talked about that it probably will not lead to anything, but they are unique enough to where it could have been something. So it's like that's why it got a response. I get it. She feels a little under the weather, and the whole thing is called off. Maybe not. This could be referencing visiting Birdley in the hospital if you're in the Snowgrave route, which is probably the case, because if we're talking about the Snowgrave route, Birdley. And then also her dad is in the hospital, so it could be one of the two, or it could be a combination of both. That, like, this is saying, like, oh, well, wouldn't it be nice if Noelle, in your Snowgrave route, she goes to the hospital to visit Burley, to visit her dad, and she goes there and she's just really sad and she doesn't want to go to the festival, so she says, I'm canceling, I can't go to the festival. Wouldn't that be nice if that happened? And then all of the bad things that are going to happen don't happen because she decided to do that. But then it says, maybe not. So that's not how that's gonna go. Wouldn't it be nice if it went this way, but that's not how it's going to go, right? And then you answered in the roots. We don't know what roots are yet, but it's a very lore heavy thing from chapter 4. And then Toby, annoying dog Fox, says, roots? What, you think she's gonna eat carrots or something? Come on. Thanks, Toby. Thanks, Toby. You're real helpful. Fuck you, Tricky Tony. And then you answered in the skeleton's room. This happened if you put any variation of Sans, and it's no way. Have you seen that guy? I love that we're trying to get lore from this, and Tricky Tony, he still manages to keep the same sense of humor, despite the fact that we're doing some fuck shit in Chapter 5 if you're in Snowgrave route. Something bad's gonna happen. And this, he still keeps his sense of humor. But this is the final one here, and this is the one that is deemed the correct answer. If you answered any variation of the shore, the lake, by the water, anything. Ding, ding, ding. This is it. You only need to see her once, and you'll move on. So, a lot to talk about. You only need to see her once, and you'll move on. It could be that it's talking about Des, right? Like, because this whole thing is that Des is missing, right? Des is gone, Des is missing. You know, their childhood friend, Noelle's sister, right? So it could be that it's saying, hey, if you just saw Des one more time, you'd be able to move on. But that's probably not what this is about. I put that out there into the air because it's a possibility, but I put it out there in the air, and that's probably not what this is about. It's more likely that with the rest of this, it's about Noelle. And if you're doing a Snowgrave route, and it's heavily implied that the player character now has full possession and control of Noelle, saying you only need to see her once and you'll move on means to me that Chris just wants to be able to see Noelle one more time as Noelle before the player character inevitably takes full control of her and she is gone forever. Which is just incredibly depressing, for one. Incredibly sad. And also just, you know, it's just, I don't like the weird route. The weird route of Deltarune is significantly, and I will say that with a capital S, significantly worse, in my opinion, than the genocide route of Undertale. Because Undertale, yeah, there's the whole thing, like, how could you do this? Don't you feel bad? You're a horrible person, whatever. But the weird route, Snowgrave, is specifically about taking advantage of one character. The whole entire route is about taking advantage of one character who has lost her sister, lives in an abusive household with her mother, and her dad is in the hospital. And the whole route is about taking advantage and eventually having full control of this one character. So that's, in my opinion, significantly darker and just way worse. And to have the idea that this, you only need to see her once, is possibly that Chris just wants to see their friend one more time before the player does what they did to Chris and takes advantage of her and controls her forever, is just incredibly depressing. Now, I want to talk also about this screenshot, which is absolutely an in-game screenshot. This could be something that is happening in Hometown, but I think it's also possible that this is maybe an egg room. The Undertale account on Blue Sky has posted. This could be an egg room, because can you please link that to me? Gaster has spoken. Can you please link that to me? Oh my god. But yeah, as I was gonna say, in the previous chapters, the egg room, it's been. I've lost all track. What do you mean, Gaster is speaking? The egg room. Sometimes when you enter the egg room, you appear as Chris, like Light World Chris. So it's possible. It's possible that that's the egg room, but it's also possible that's in Hometown. But regardless, it is definitely a thing that we'll see in the game, especially if you're seeing the Snowgrave route. Let me pull this up here. I'm gonna pull this up here. We have live. We have breaking news. I was not expecting this. We have live coverage from Gaster himself. This is actually live and happening right now. The residents. I need a Gaster voice. The residents has quickened. No. Should I make? I'm gonna make Gaster British. The resonance has quickened. Will. Fuck. The resonance has quickened. Will we be meeting each other like this more often? In that case, perhaps we need no preface. Gaster, you silly little cuck. I wonder if it's gonna update again. I wonder if it's gonna update at 11 o'clock exactly. We're gonna keep this open. And also, I want to talk about Gaster because Gaster, there's the whole lore from Undertale, and I really, respectfully, I'm playing the game as soon as it releases. I'm not waiting for your theory posting. Oh, I'm done. I'm playing the game as soon as it releases too. But I'm just waiting to see if the Undertale account is going to release one more. It doesn't look like it is. I'm going to download the update right now. I am going to... It looks like it's loading. If I click play now, is it going to... Still only have chapter 4. Still only have chapter 4. It's gonna happen any second now. It's gonna say downloading. There is 53 seconds ago. He said, Gaster, he spoke to me. He said, the 5th field. And it links to Deltarune.com. The 5th field. It is official. It is happening. I was watching Joey on the side, but my game won't update, so I have to stop watching him. Why isn't the Switch version updating? Don't worry, the Steam version is also not updating. It's gonna probably take a minute before it goes, but it's gonna happen. But what I'm gonna say in that time is that thank you if you have been here for the pre-stream. we're going to go directly into Deltarune Chapter 5. There's a lot of shit that we talked about here, and there's a lot that, you know, could happen. There's a lot that could happen. There's a lot that will happen. And we're going to see it for ourselves with our own very eyes very soon. Very, very soon. So thank you for being here. And if you want to watch me play the game, then I guess too late, because by the time this is posted to YouTube, you will have missed it. But if you really, really would have loved to see this live, maybe you should come join us on Twitch. So thank you so much. And yeah, goodbye. Deltarune, right fucking now.